I'm SueAnne McMillan, and I am a Scottyaholic. I am a third-generation Scottyaholic. My mom had Scotties, collected Scotties, as we all do. My grandparents raised them. My grandmother had a Bonnie. The whole time I was growing up, I was very devastated to find out that it wasn't the same dog all the time. She would get a rescue, and she would name it Bonnie, oddly enough. I never could figure out why Bonnie stopped, jumping up on our beds and waking us up when Grandma was there to visit. But anyway, a little something about me. I'm third generation Scottyaholic. I'm third generation American, half Scottish. My dad is German and Danish. We forgive him for it. My grandparents came in through Nova Scotia, and my grandfather was Charles McMillan. Everybody called him Mac. And 54, I have 4 kids, plus I was a foster parent, so I have spare kids. And I used to live on a big ranch in Oregon, and I raised Australian Shepherds. It was a working ranch, so I had working dogs. And then when I lost my last shepherd, I was devastated, and I wanted to go back to having a Scottie in my life because my mom no longer had a dog. And so I set out to find a Scottie, and it was really, really hard to find a Scottie that was suitable. I didn't set out to be a breeder. It just kind of happened. And my first Scottie that I got, I found a good breeder, and her name is Bonnie, after my grandma's Bonnie. And and then I bred it. I was going to give my mom a puppy, and unfortunately Mom passed away before she could get a puppy. And so I just kind of posted on Facebook, and all these people that I didn't even know just started contacting me, and I had a list. And then I had more people than I had puppies for. And I also had Fiona. Fiona was almost white. And so I bred Fiona, and I was paying a breeder. And so I decided that instead of paying a breeder, I'd just get my own mail. And so I got my own mail, and just every time I ended up with more people than I had puppies for. And, I know in the little town that I grew up in Oregon, there was an older gentleman who had a Scottie. I saw him walk it every day. And you just never see Scotties. And so, people love them, and people want them. And so I couldn't fulfill all the clients' needs, and so I got some more. I got another Scottie, and then I got another Scottie, and boom, now I'm a breeder. And it's important to me to find dogs that are high quality. There was only so many Scotties brought into the United States, and they bred them and bred them and bred them, and then they ended up getting health problems. And so I have incorporated, brought in lines from Russia and Argentina, and I'm getting another one from the Ukraine. And it's just important to me, to consolidate these lines, and so that we have a good quality Scottie that lives a long life. I also don't use any harmful chemicals on or around my dogs. I use natural products. That's enough about me. You don't want to know more. You want to know about Scotties. Well, Scotties have been around for a long time. The first evidence of the Scottish Terrier was like in 1400s. Somebody wrote about one in a book. And there have been cave drawings with dogs that look like Scotties. And so I think they were recognized in 1934 by AKC. And by 1936, they were the most popular dog in the United States. There have been 3 Scotties in the White House. There have been 3 German Shepherds in the White House. Oddly enough, I now have German Shepherds also. I have 2 that I got for protection. I'm a single woman, and anyway. My dad was a police officer, and so we would get retired police dogs when I was a kid, so I know a lot about German Shepherds too. But anyway, this is all about Scotties. I am obsessed. My kids say I'm obsessed, and it's true. I'm obsessed. I started painting, and I paint Scotties, and so I have painted people's Scotties for them. I have all kinds of Scotty artwork that I do. Crafts. It's all about Scotties. I was injured in a car accident, drunk driver, and so I have issues with mobility, walking, sitting for a long time. I have some memory issues. I was dead for 7.5 minutes, so I have this dead brain dead brain tissue up there that affects your memory, actually. But I do what I can. I can't just sit and do nothing, and so I do Scotties. So I know a lot about Scotties, so if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. If you have a segment that you would like me to do on something special, I am going to do a special segment on food, a special segment on health, possibly talk to a veterinarian, maybe go to a shelter, different things like that. I want this to be an ongoing thing about Scotties, where you can learn more. You know, if you have training issues, some people I've trained some Scotties, and some other dogs, but I got bit, but we came to an understanding, and he was handleable after me. You know, so. If you have training issues, you want to talk about, we're going to talk about food, we're going to talk about health, anything that you want to talk about, clipping, grooming, we can go to a groomer, and they can do a segment where they groom the Scottie. I would love to go to somebody who hand strips Scotties and do a segment there. That would be awesome. But if you have any questions, let me know. I am McMillan Scotties. That's MACMILLANS SCOTTIES @gmail. I also have a website, but you can email me. You can check me on Facebook, SueAnne McMillan, and just let me know if you'd like for me to talk about something, or for me to find something out, or whatever you want to talk about. I'm here to help. All right. Y'all have a good day. Bye.